rounding, just like we did yesterday. So on number 1, which we are going to do this time, says, in melded package that weighed 5.63 pounds. That looks just like money to me. It's not money, but it looks like money, doesn't it? What does it look like in money? $5.63. So a little bit more than 5.5 pounds. Because what would 5.5 pounds be? What's $5.50? $5.50. So do y'all agree that's a little bit more than halfway? Okay. What is the first step? What is the first step in rounding this number to the nearest tenth? Underline tenth. Somebody tell me. We got to write. There's a lot of writing right here. So what's the first step? Look, I put a little 1 in a parenthesis. So Cooper, tell me the first step.
Trying to find the 10th.
Okay, you got to find the 10th spot. So what would the 10th spot? Find your decimal on your cheat sheet. On your cheat sheet. And where's the 10th spot on your cheat sheet? First going which direction? Right. So where would the 10th spot be in 5.63? The 6. So let's say underline the 6. That's the first step. I totally agree. Now, what's the next step? Now, let's hear from a girl this time. So, Bentley, what's the next step? After we underline that 6, what do we do now? Remember, we got to look next door, and we got to decide something. Okay, do you hear what she's saying? We got to look next door and see if the 3 can do what? Help her out. See if the 3 can do what? Go up or just stay. So how are we going to write that in a nice way? Let's see. Look next door. Actually, let's say look at the 3. What do we know about the 3? Oh, you're behind. Look at the 3. What do we know? What do we know about the 3? It's what kind of number? It's wimpy. So what happens to the 6? Since this 3 was wimpy, does it have enough power to push it over? Come on, I need your help. So the 3 stays the same. 3 stays.
You mean the 6?
Oh, right. You're right. Sorry. The 6 stays. Now it actually wants the real answer. So number 3 is the real answer. So if the 6 stayed, what do I do with the 5?
Stays the same.
It stays the same. Point. What does the 6 do? Stays the same. What does the 3 do? Do y'all remember? Changes to a 0 if you want to put a 0 there. Okay? Or you can leave the 0 off. Whatever you want to do. Okay? 5.6 is the same as 5.60. Shake your head. Okay. In 2 through 5, round each decimal to the nearest whole number. Now, I told you this yesterday, what the whole number was. Do y'all remember what I told you the whole number was? The what place? Say it louder. The ones place. So come over to the side and put the ones place. Now, on your scratch paper, find your decimal on your scratch paper. Where's the ones place? Going what direction? Left. One place where? In front of the decimal, isn't it?
Yeah.
So find your decimal and go one place in front of it would be the ones. Let's go ahead and underline the ones in all these places. One place in front, one place in front, one place in front. Okay, why aren't you doing that? I feel like I ask you this every day. If the teacher does it on the board, you have to do it too. Okay, now I'm not going to do all these with you. I'm going to do some with you. Down at the bottom, they've already underlined the place for you, okay? So let's see, Colin, from 2 to 13, pick the hardest one that you can find up there, and Ms. Coffett will do it for you.
13.
There isn't a 15.
13.
13, here we go. They've underlined the what place. The point is right here, then 2 places over. The point and 2 places over lands in the what place, class? Hundreds. So they've underlined the hundreds. So here's what I'm going to do. Is everybody watching?
Yeah.
This is a refresher from yesterday. I'm going to look next door at this 5. Is 5 a hefty number or is it a wimpy number?
Hefty.
It's hefty. So it has enough power to change just that number. What happens to all the numbers in front though?
Stays.
They stay the same. So help me, talk me through it. What number should I write? 9, 0, 5, 1, or Somebody say, okay.
2.
Then what happens to that underline? 6. Then what? 0. Oh my gosh, you're so smart. You're exactly right. And that was supposed to be hard. That was actually pretty easy, wasn't it? Okay, pick a girl, Colin. Jake Lee, pick a number from 2 to 13. Number 5. Here we go. Is everybody watching?
Yeah.
We underlined the 1. Why do we underline the 1? Because that was the
Whole number.
ones place, wasn't it? Which was the whole number. Same thing. Yeah. So let's look next door. What do y'all know about 0? Hefty or wimpy?
Wimpy.
It's actually the wimpiest of all numbers, isn't it? It has 0 power at all. So is it going to have any power to change that 1 to anything? No. So the 1's going to stay the same. And what am I going to do with every one of these other numbers?
0.
Zeros, if you want to.
Or you can just
Or you can just leave them off. What's this number right here? 1. What's this number? No, it's not 1,000 because that's a decimal. What's that number right there? 1. Same exact value. Okay, Eric, last one. Pick one. 2 to 13.
6.
Number 6. They've underlined 6 for you. So we're going to look next door at this 5. What do you know about 5? Hefty or wimpy? Hefty. So the 5 is going to change the 6 to a what? 7. What do I do with all the numbers in front though? They stay the same. So 3, 2, point what? 7, what else? 0. Good job. I think y'all got it. Okay, that's all I'm doing on the front. Turn to the back. Okay, I'm going to give you an answer to number 14. It's base. Yeah, I don't really care about that right now. Hey, just throw the trash. Don't lay it back on the floor. Just throw the trash. Okay, we're on 15 now. What was it, 14? Base. See, you're too busy doing stuff on the floor when you should be paying attention up here. If the area of a park is exactly, what does this say right here? Halfway. Gosh, that's important information. Underline it. It's exactly halfway between 2.4 and 2.5. See, I underlined something and you're not paying attention. What's the area of the park? Well, here's what I would do if I were you. And this is good advice because I would always give you good advice. I'm your teacher. You can trust me. This is what I would do. I would put a 0 right there. And I would put a 0 right there. Why don't you do it? Do it. Now, why in the world did I put a 0 on the end of both of those numbers? To make it look like what?
Money.
Money. This is the exact same thing as this, but now what does this look like? Money. It's not. It's not. It's talking about land, but we can think about like money to help us get our answer. So what do we know about the area park? It's exactly what? Halfway. So over here is $2.40. Over here is $2.50. What's exactly halfway in between $2.40 and $2.50? Kiara. Yes, but don't write it with the dollar sign. Just write it like that. $2.45. Because it's really not money. It's really the area of the park. Told y'all it helps to think about like money, doesn't it? It really does. Yeah. Okay. Number 16. Does the blue line appear to be a line of symmetry? Symmetry would mean that it's cut exactly the same. Like this would be Jamie's part of the candy bar, this would be Xander's part of the candy bar, and is it exactly the same? Well, I'm going to be honest. This is a little tricky, so this is what I want you to do. I want you to take your paper, and instead of looking at your paper like this, I want you to turn it where it looks like this, and where the point of the triangle is up on top. So do that right now. Do that. Can you tell that they are the same or they're not the same? What are you thinking? They're not the same, so your answer is no. This way, it kind of looks like they are the same, but when you tilt your paper around, you can tell it's not the same. This side is like longer and skinnier. Could y'all tell that when you turned it? Yeah. This side is long and skinnier. Okay. Number 17. Explain how you can round 25.691 to the, greatest place. We haven't talked about this yet. Greatest place. Underline that. Well, let's see. Do you want $1 or would you rather have $10? Are you saying the tens place is bigger than the ones place? Or would you rather have $100? Are you saying $100 is greater than the tens place? And what's greater than the hundreds place? Thousands, and it just keeps going on and on and on. So what do you know about numbers going this way? They're getting what? Bigger. What do you know about numbers going this way? They're getting smaller. So what up here would be the greatest place? Is it over here?
No.
Is it right 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 here?
Yes.
Yes. So underline that. So we're going to round to the greatest place. And it says explain. So get ready. Here we go. Number 1. What are we going to do? What's the first thing we're going to do, Mr. Eric? Actually, the first thing we did was we underlined the 2. Why don't you write that? That's your first step. We underlined the 2. We underlined the 2. U-N-D-E-R. Underline the 2. Okay, now we're actually on the second step. Okay, now Mr. Eric, tell us what to do. After we underline the 2, we...
Look at the next place.
Tell us. Look at what number?
Look at the number 5.
Look at 5. Look at 5. Is it hefty or is it wimpy, Eric?
Hefty.
It's hefty. Okay, that was step number 2. Now we're on step number 3. Brooklyn, take it from there. We looked at the 5. We decided that's a hefty number, Brooklyn. So what are we going to do? There you go. I'm not going to write all this. Y'all are perfectly capable of doing this. Change the 2 to a 3. Change the 2 to a 3. Okay, Kiara, you have that written? Okay, and take it from there, Luke. After we change the 2 to a 3, what do we do with all these other numbers? Make every other number a 0. That's your step 4. Make every other number a 0. Well, you have to put 1 0, the one before the decimal. Okay. I'll know you're ready when you're looking at me. Okay, 18. A professional baseball team. So, who's your favorite baseball team? Say it.
Cubs.
Cubs? Ugh, that's my rival because my family likes the Cards. So the Cards hate the Cubs and the Cubs hate the Cards, don't they? It's okay. We can get along. Yeah. Who else? Who else do y'all like?
Cubs.
Cubs? That's my enemy. You don't watch baseball? I like baseball. It's America's sport. Okay, here we go. Well, we're pretending like this is the, do y'all want this to be the Cubs or the Cards?
Cubs.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll have to be the Cubs. The Cubs baseball team won, what does it say right here?
48.
That doesn't say 48.
84.
84 games this season. So look down here at this chart. What do you think that represents right there then? Doesn't, time out. Okay, you're just throwing out words. That doesn't represent games. That represents games that they won, or so I heard somebody say wins. I agree, so put a W there. Now I want you to think about this. The team won 14 more games than they lost. That means they had a winning season because they won more games than they lost. And how many more games did they win? 14. So this number has to be bigger than this number by 14. How do I figure out what that number is, Cooper? Okay, everybody on your scrap paper. Tell me what to write. 84
minus 14.
There you go. And we'll see what Jekyll gets. 70, do y'all agree?
Yes.
Okay, put 70 in that hole and put L for losses. Oh, by the way, there were no ties. In professional baseball, you don't tie in a baseball game anyway. What do you do in professional baseball?
Ball.
You said you don't watch baseball, so you probably shouldn't answer this. If you get to the end of the ninth inning and you're in a tie, what do you do in baseball?
They give you 30 more seconds to win.
No, it's not timed. Professional baseball is not timed. Nobody knows the answer to this in here. This is America's sport.
I play more football, but I really watch baseball.
Nobody knows that you go into extra innings.
Wait, what?
Nobody knew that. It's not timed. Baseball is not timed. Football's timed.
Oh, yeah.
Basketball's timed. Baseball is not timed. If you get to the end of the ninth inning and you're 10 and my team's 10, then you play another inning. And if you get to the end of that inning and you're tied, you keep playing another inning. Some games go all the way into like 13 and 14 innings. Can't believe y'all didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all need to quit playing so many video games and get out there and play baseball. Okay. Okay.
All American football players.
But
I'm gonna play
baseball is America's sport.
I'm playing baseball.
Okay, here we go. We know there's no ties, so what's the first question say? How many games did the team lose? We already answered that. What was it?
70.
Okay, there's your first answer. I'm going to put a semicolon. Now it wants to know how many did it play. Well, Xander, how would I know how many that it played? That chart tells you everything you need to know. Add what? The wins and the, how do you know how many they played? You add the, say it, wins and the losses. There you go. Add those up. Add those two numbers up. That's how you know how many you played. You add the wins and the losses. We're going to see what Caden gets.
54.
154. Do y'all agree with him on the wins and the losses? Then that's how many they played. That's a lot of games. But that's how many the Cubs and the Cardinals played. A lot. Okay.
It's like 140 teams, 140 games each year.
They play like every night of the year, and then they play like some double headers where they play two a night. Okay, number 19. Okay, this is important. Right off the bat, it says rounded to the nearest dime. Now, why do you think it's saying dime? Because we're talking about money. So do you think the dime would be in the ones place?
No.
Do you think the dime would be in the thousandths place? Where do you think the dime would be? Say it. Tenths. Good. Tenths. Tenths. Write that on top. Tenths is the dime. Okay, and we did this yesterday, and we had fun trying to figure out the greatest number and the lowest number. So here we're going to do that again. We need the greatest amount of money, underline greatest or put squiggly lines, that rounds to $105.40. Then we need the least amount of money that rounds to $105.40. And we're rounding to the nearest dime or the tenth. Okay, so if you remember yesterday, put your pencils down, look at me. Here's what we did yesterday. I just threw out a number. And I remember I started way too big. And that was okay, because then we knew we had to come down a little bit, okay? So somebody throw out a number, and we'll see if you're right, okay? So Luke, it's got, I didn't call on you yet. It's got to be close to here, because when it rounds, that's our final answer. But just throw out a number.
$110.
Say it again.
$110.57.
Okay, everybody, well, I'll just write it. $102 and what? 57 cents?
I said 110.
Oh, $110 and what?
57 cents.
Okay, 57 cents. All eyes up here. All eyes up here. And what am I rounding to? We already figured it out. What am I rounding to? The tenths. So Brooklyn, which one of these numbers up there is the tenth spot? The 5. Okay, here we go. So everybody watching, Xander, please watch. I'm going to look next door. What do I know about that 7? Is that a hefty number or a wimpy number? So that's going to change that to be a what? 6. What happens to all these numbers in front?
6.
Okay, so 1, 0, point what? 6, 0. Did that number become that number?
No.
What do you know about his number? It's way too high. Somebody give me a lower number. Caden?
4.
Okay, why are you saying 4 when we need to end up here?
Sorry.
Okay,
106
okay, 106
and 50 cents.
and 50 cents. Okay, I like this better. I still think it's a little too high. Bentley, I need to know what's the 10th spot up there. The 5. Okay, help me, class. I'm looking next door. What do you know about 0? Hefty or wimpy?
Wimpy.
That's going to stay the same, isn't it? What happens to all these? 106.50. Is that? What do you know with my number? What do you know about my number? Is it better?
Yeah.
But it's still what? Too high. Okay, Eric, give me a number.
$105.45.
Okay,
44 cents.
44 cents. Okay, I like his answer. But, okay, where's the 10th place, class?
4.
This 4?
No.
This 4?
No.
Okay, what do you know about that 4? Is that going to have enough power to push that over?
Nope.
No, so this is going to be 105.4 what?
0.
Is that?
Yeah.
Okay, now here's the question. I think I like your answer, but is it the greatest? Let's see. Let's go up 1 notch here. What's 44 cents? What's 1 notch higher than 44 cents?
45.
45. Is that going to cause that to stay at a 4?
No.
What's that going to do?
Turn to
That'll
a
bump that
five.
up to a 5. So he was right. 105.44. There's your first answer. 105.44. Okay. Now, not only do we got to find the greatest, what else do we got to find? The least. Okay, I want to hear from a girl. Jake Lee, throw me out a number.
105.
Just keep in mind that it's got to land like that, but it's going to be lower than $105.44. This time I'm trying to figure out the lowest one instead of the biggest one. Come on, give me a sense. Huh? I can't hear you. 40? Okay, let's see. Class, what's the 10th spot?
4.
The 4th. What's that going to do to that 4?
Keep it
It's
the
going to stay the same. So does this stay the same?
Yeah.
Does this stay the same?
Yes.
Does this stay the
Yes.
same? Does this stay the same?
Yes.
Does that turn to a 0?
Yes.
It already was a 0. Does that become that?
Yeah.
But is it the lowest?
No.
Let's see. Could I make that go down to 39 cents?
Yes.
Because what would that 9 do to that 3?
Turn to a 4.
Make it be a 4. So I can even make it go lower than Jake Lee. I think I can even make it go lower than my answer too. Okay, I don't know what you're doing. Bentley, 35 cents. Let's see. Where's the tenths up here?
3.
The 3. Is that going to cause that to change to a 4?
Yes.
Yeah, and that'll be a 0 and that'll stay the same?
Yes.
Okay, I think I like her answer. Let's see if we can go 1 smaller. If I put a 4 here, is that going to change that to a 4?
No.
No, it needed that 5 there. She is so right. There's your answer. Good job, Bentley. Okay, number 20. Okay, I'm not doing these with you, these last 2, I'm just hitting the high points. Number 20 says, the students in Mr. Batia's class measure the length of 4 bees. The students round, you should be on round right now with your pencil. What are they going to round? The lengths of the bees to the what?
Yes.
Underline that. Gosh, that's important information. So look on your chart. So Xander, let's start with Isabel. Where's the 10th spot, Xander? Okay, look, here's your cheat sheet. Tenths is right 1 step to the right of the decimal. Then where's the 10th spot on Isabel? 8. Keep it going, Kiara. What about Pablo? Where's the 10th spot? 4. Eric, keep it going on Wendy. Where's the 10th spot? Which 5? The first 5. Luke, keep it going on Brett. Where's the 10th spot? 7. Okay, now, I'm fixing to sit down and let you guys do this, so I want to make sure that you understand what to do. You're going to have 2 answers to this. In fact, write that right here. There's 2 answers, because there's 2 question marks. Okay, here's your first question. After you round these to the nearest tenth, say check. You're gonna have to tell which one ends up at 0.5. There's your first answer. Then you're gonna have to find out which one ends up at 0.8. That's your second answer, okay? Got it? Say got it. Okay, let's keep going. On 21, this has two answers as well. Circle the word two. And when you round, you need to get 15.5 as your answer. Put a square around that and a big old arrow. We gotta figure out what place we're rounding to though. When rounded to the nearest, what does that say? 10th. Again, it's the 10th spot. So Cooper, on this first number, where's the 10th spot?
0.
0. Keep it going, Hayden. Where's the 10th spot on the next number? Which 5? There's 3 of them. The first?
Second.
The second, I agree. Jake Lee.
0.
The 0 would be the hundredths. Like the tenths is right beside the decimal. There's the decimal. 5. Keep it going, Colin.
The 4.
Which one?
4.
The second 4 is 2 notches down.
The first.
I just need 1 notch down. Y'all better pay attention to your place value. Brooklyn.
0.
The 0. And you know what? You can't even round to the nearest tenth on that. So you're going to have to put a 0 at the end of that. Put a 0 at the end of that. And last, Bentley. Where's the 10th spot in that very last number? The 4. Okay, so you're going to round every one of those numbers. Okay, look at me real quick. Don't work ahead. You're going to round every one of those numbers, and 2 of them are going to round to 15.5. Got it? Say got it. And you're going to put those in that box. Okay, I got good news and I got bad news. Good news is some of y'all did 1.5. That was due when? This was yesterday. This was Monday. So if yesterday was Monday, when's tomorrow? Today. Some of y'all did it. Got bad news. Some of you didn't do it. And I already had to put zeros in the grade book for some of y'all. So we got to catch up on homework. I don't know. I mean, this is the first day I gave this to you. I gave this to you last week because I was so nice. I didn't want you to have homework over the weekend. Remember that? Maybe I should have made you have homework over the weekend. Do you want homework over the weekend? Okay, well, I thought I was being nice. And so I gave you Monday night to do it, and you didn't do it, some of you. And I'll talk to you, the ones who didn't. So we're moving on. What are we on now? 1/6. But when is it due? Friday. So I'm giving you Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, and it's not due till Friday. I think that's being pretty nice. Okay? So get your homework done. That's not asking too much. So do your paper first and then go to the practice buddies. Go.